Ladies and gentlemen, we just got some good news on the Sixers front about Joel Embiid. There has been a sighting, and we're going to talk about all the reports that just came out about whether he could possibly play as soon as tomorrow. I did not expect this. We'll go over the rest of the injury report. Then we have a little bit of a hypothetical trade scenario, and we're going to look at the Sixers' upcoming schedule and decide, what we should think about them moving forward if Joel Embiid is available. Eastwood's back again. I'm back for the third time this season. I'm back for the third time. Listen, this is brought to you by RUNITBACK Promo code SICKOS20 for 20% off all of the Sickos merch, all of the Maxie McCain 25 merch. Thank you all for the support. Again, 20% off code SICKOS20 on everything on the website. I think the gray hoodies are sold out right now, but they're going to put some more up there pretty soon. All right, let's get down to business, man. I'm just chilling, hanging out, waiting for something to come out today to decide if I was going to talk about anything on here or not. And I look at my phone about 3 hours ago, and I saw a report from Noah Levick that said Andre Drummond just said that Joel Embiid practiced today, including 5-on-5, and he wore a mask. Drummond said he didn't want to speak for Embiid or the team, but he said he looks ready to me. And I was like, what? Bro! I know they said, Nick Nurse the other day said that the sinus fracture isn't as bad as they thought it was. But I didn't expect this. So he was wearing a mask. He practiced 5-on-5. That means he feels comfortable with the wearing a mask, and it's not bad enough to risk some kind of injury that trainers would say don't do this yet. It's a good sign. Of course, the 76ers, especially right now, live and die on Joel Embiid's health. If he's not healthy, they don't have a chance. It is what it is. If he is healthy, everything changes. We've only seen it one time this season. Him, Paul George, and Tyrese Maxey on the floor together. It was against the Chicago Bulls. It wasn't enough of a sample size for us to really tell much, but it looked really good. So there's that. And then, my guy Mad Max, shout out to Mad Max on Twitter. A lot of people reported this, but I want to shout out some people that deserve a little bit more attention with these pages. This dude @_Mad Maxey always posts good Sixers news on Twitter. So follow him, okay? Joel Embiid is questionable tomorrow versus the Charlotte Hornets with the right sinus fracture. So, he practiced. He was wearing a mask. He is officially questionable tomorrow. And we'll see if he plays. And then we have a back-to-back. Who we play on Saturday in the back-to-back. But we have a Friday-Saturday back-to-back. So this last 2 weeks with the NBA Cup has been boring as hell to me. Jared McCain tore his meniscus. Joel got hurt again. I've been so unmotivated to talk about this team. This is exactly what I needed. This news, and then we have a back-to-back. I did also see that Nick Nurse said that he doesn't know if they're going to hold Paul George out of the Saturday back-to-back. So potentially Paul George could play both games. What do you guys think in the comments? Do you think this type of stuff is the Sixers hitting a point in the season where they're saying, listen, if we don't get it together, this season's over? So bringing Joel Embiid back from an injury that maybe he would have sat out longer for. Paul George potentially playing in a back-to-back when he's been sitting out back-to-backs since the season started. What do you guys think? Give me your thoughts in the comments. I think that's what it is. I think their backs are against the wall, and they're hitting a point where they're saying, not only if we don't get our shit together, this season's over, but also we need to see what the potential is for this season for us to make decisions on the trade deadline. Are we tanking or are we trying to win? We're really getting close to there being an answer to that. is I think what I'm saying. Also, Caleb Martin is out with a shoulder injury. Doesn't matter. Sixers play better without him. Adem Bona is available, but Nick Nurse hates to play the guy anyway. You'll probably see Yabusele and KJ Martin at center. Adem Bona will be sitting on the bench in the fourth quarter while the Sixers give up 60 points in the paint to the Charlotte Hornets. It is what it is. I'm just here for the vibes. Shout out to my boy RJ. I found this funny, by the way, when I was looking up for the news on Joel Embiid, when I was looking for the tweets. NBA Centel. I got duped. I thought it was real for a second, and I was like, did he really say this? Joel Embiid on why NBA viewership is declining. Fans are tired of this. Load management needs to end. We're supposed to play, not sit. And I was like, wait, Joel said that? And then I saw NBA Centel. You trolling bastards. But yeah, there is that. Now let's look at the schedule real quick and try to decide what we think of the next couple of games if Joel Embiid plays leading up to the Christmas Day game. Now look, you got Charlotte tomorrow night. Should be a dub. They won against Charlotte a couple of days ago, Monday night, even with 20 turnovers and giving up 60 points in the paint to Brandon Miller and Vasily Micic, Nick Richards, and guys like that, and some other guys I've never heard of. They did pull out a dub, so they should win tomorrow night, whether Joel Embiid plays or not. But it would be nice for him to come back and play to try to get his feet under him before you play. Well, I guess he wouldn't play the back-to-back against Cleveland anyway. Now, if he's not going to play the back-to-back against Cleveland, then I say sit him against Charlotte tomorrow. You can beat Charlotte without Joel Embiid. And if you get Joel Embiid, Paul George, and Tyrese Maxey, and most of the squad, of course, minus our boy Jared McCain, but if you get those three together versus Cleveland, then you can really gauge, how the team's actual potential. Because, of course, the Cleveland Cavaliers, deep, great defensive team, were one of the they were started the season 12-0. So that will be a great test. San Antonio and then Boston. So in the next couple of days, the 76ers, I think, are going to answer the question, is there a chance that they could be, get healthy and contend this season, or are we looking forward to the draft? We're literally going to find out the answer to that in the next 4 games. It all leads up to the Boston Celtics on Christmas Day. And we will have, I think we'll have some pretty clear answers. So there's that. Now, my guy Mad Max also threw this out there yesterday. Underrated trade target for the Philadelphia 76ers. Let me know what you think of this. And throw any other trade targets in the comments. And I'll read the comments and maybe I'll make some videos on those specific trade targets. Underrated trade target for the Philadelphia 76ers is Cam Thomas. The Nets are reluctant to pay him the money that he thinks he's worth. The Sixers can extend him and go into the second apron while solidifying our bench scoring for years to come. Averages 25 points per game while shooting 39% from 3 on 7.4 attempts. Now, as far as just Cam Thomas straight up, what do I think about him? Absolutely, hell yes. The guy is the definition of a bucket. I mean, and the Sixers, they lack these kind of guys all the time. It was so nice to have Jared McCain this season be such a surprise because Jared McCain was this guy for us this season. Just a straight automatic offense off the bench, can go get his own shot and can drop 30 on you any given night. So with Jared McCain going down, if you get to the point in the next couple of games and you feel like we could be contenders, then yeah, it would be nice for the Sixers to try to land Cam Thomas. I don't think they have enough assets to pull it off because I get, Brooklyn's probably going to get something good in return from some other teams. The Sixers have some draft picks to trade. It could do some pick swaps. I'd never, ever, ever want them to give up that 2028 unprotected Clippers pick because the Clippers are going to be the worst team of all time by 2028. So that's a free trip to the top of the draft. I don't think I see Josh Harris going into the second apron no matter what, because Josh Harris does not care if the Sixers win or lose. Josh Harris is in the business of selling hope. So I would think salary cap would probably restrict this move also. But, you know, if it was possible, of course, absolutely, yes. It depends what you have to give up. I personally think it all depends what they look like. Like I said, leading up to the next couple of games. But I personally think the Sixers are going to try to get the guys healthy for the rest of this season. You know, try to do as good as they can for the rest of this season. But I don't think they're going to go all in this season because the rest of this roster is really bad. Here's what I think the Sixers are going to do with the rest of their season if I had to make a prediction. And by the way, let it be noted that I've never been wrong about anything I've ever said on this YouTube channel, no matter what the trolls try to say about, oh, isn't this what you said? Nope, not true. Don't recall. Never happened. I've always been right. I think the Sixers are going to try to do the best they can for the rest of this year. Take the rest of this year to try to get Joel Embiid and Paul George healthy, consistent, etc. But I think at the trade deadline, they're going to prioritize cap space, and they're going to trade KJ Martin probably for some expiring contracts because they're not going to. They want to clear up $16 million. They're probably going to trade Yabusele because he's going to walk at the end of this year because he's worth more money than they can pay him. Also, taking a buyout from the EuroLeague and coming over here on a 1-year minimum. And then Kyle Lowry's gone, Eric Gordon's gone, Reggie Jackson's gone. The roster's not good. So I think they're going to take the rest of this season to try to get their main guys healthy and consistent. And I think they're going to prioritize cap space going into next season and try again around Joel Embiid, Paul George, and Tyrese Maxey. Because I can say whatever I want about how much I hate this fucking team, but those three players, when healthy, is a lethal dynamic. We can't argue that. If you can get them on the court together, you can build a pretty good team around them. So I think that's what they're going to do. You let me know what you think. Eastwood's being positive. Well, I've been very negative the last month or so about this team. But also, I hurt my neck about a month and a half ago and had to go to a chiropractor, and I hadn't been able to work out for a little over a month, and that really affects my mood entirely. I just want to let you guys know. So the combination of me not being able to work out and the Sixers pissing me off took me into ultra negativity for a while, and now I'm back in the gym. I'm feeling great, so I think that the way that I feel now, because I feel so good physically and mentally, the Sixers can't really affect me as much. Hey, man, I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.